now. Refresh the page. Okay. Okay, so we get started. You guys quickly brief what we discussed yesterday and so far. And I think we have covered that. Yes, ma'am.
About the structure of you explain about the salt, the evolution of salt.
Right?
Salt means situation, moments of second, and its limitation, then vision, then expectation.
What are we using this sort of framework for?
What are they?
What are we using this sort of framework for? What purpose?
For
Problem solving.
yeah,
Problem solving.
brainstorming, problem solving. When it comes to chain thinking, deep thinking,
Chain of thought.
chain of thought, and so we need to go through. We need to go inside of this and find out what is the. So in this way, if we go in a pattern way, then the result out will come much more efficient, better. There are a lot of tools told in the last many like tactics, line and then line Julius Gamma here.
Right. Okay, great.
Brainstorming also two type of brainstorming so like analytical brainstorming and what is that reverse
Reverse
brainstorming.
brainstorming. Okay. Yes, on based on your understanding of yesterday's class and the last 2 weeks started on.
We would ask more things like what should we do in order to make get better and everything. And we can even share its limitations and non-limitations also. And if we want, like, we can also make some predictions to what all may happen or may not happen. We can solve most of the problems using solve framework.
Yes. Great. So the last three classes, today being the last and final class for this workshop, right? Especially we talked in depth about one particular framework, which is the prompt framework and the prompt engineering. How effectively we use our prompts to get the desired result, and how to know more the other models to get more new insights. Right? And yesterday we were in the day three of the workshop, we were discussing about this all framework, particularly for your problem solving. Let's say you have a business, or you have an idea, or you have a team doing something, and you have some problems. You are trying to both of those problems to get your business to the next level. So for those kind of problem solving kind of sessions, you can use your ChatGPT as well, and you can quickly explain by asking it, explaining the software problem.
Hi. And
Yes, that's that. So the solve framework, especially for problem solving, that's what we discussed yesterday. So with this solve framework, we are trying to see, let's say our business is hitting a roadblock or something. We want to take our business to the next level. You can do a problem solving session with your LLM model, which is your ChatGPT or any other tools, the Meta AI, Perplexity, right? So for that, you will specifically use your solve framework where you provide the situation, what problem it is, what are the obstacles, what are the limitations to your business. It can be financial limitations, it can be operational limitations, anything. And what is the vision? How do you see your business in 3 years' time or in 5 years' time, right? Then you give the overall goal and also expectations. So in terms of expectation, what are you looking for from your business, or what are the kind of responses you are looking for from ChatGPT for your specific problem? So that's how you can use your LLM models like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Perplexity, anything for not just for your this one for your chain of thought, but also for brainstorming and problem solving. Okay, great. So this is what we have discussed in the last 3 years, 3 days of the workshop. Now, from the LLM models, we have discussed about solve framework. We also saw some of the tools being used in AI and all that. Now let's take it to the next level. So prompt engineering we have covered in depth. Today we will be covering about your AI agents. Now this we have already covered in the last 3 days of the workshop. Today we will be specifically talking about agentic AI, or also called as AI agents. Okay. We have talked a lot about models. We have talked about your large language models. Everything. So today we will be talking about what is a AI agent and how it works. Okay. So, discussed. So AI agents are nothing but we looked at the evolution of AI where we initially started with data analytics, lot of data crunching, number crunching, predictive analytics, and then comes your machine learning. So after machine learning, we did a lot of deep learning, a lot of research. That's how your AI got evolved, and that's how your LLM models got evolved, like ChatGPT. Now you have ChatGPT, DeepSeek, everything that has been that has been brought open to the public in the last 4 to 5 years. Everyone is using that. Now, with using these LLM models, what is the next big thing that we are going to do in the IT industry or in any industry, right? That is where this agents come in. So previously, how it was is, let's say if I'm running a project in an IT company, for my own project, there will be multiple tools that we use. Okay. For development, we will use one tool. For ticketing, we will use customer support, we will use another tool. For our cloud, we will be using a different tool. So there will be some 10 to 20 tools that we are using in a single project. And all these tools are not connected. All these applications are not connected. So we will be connecting it via a lot of coding, interface, integration, a lot of right. Now what is possible is using the LLMs and using the existing tools and techniques, we can form agents. Agents in the sense it doesn't require a third party plugin. You create an agent which can communicate to multiple of these applications. Instead of you trying to connect manually each and every integration and trying to maintain that integration by a hardware team or a hardware support. You have maybe a 10-member team who is just ensuring that the integration is not failing every time. So that is their daily job. You are replacing that with an agent. Where an agent will take care of the orchestration between multiple applications to get your project running end to end.
Is it a human or a robot?
It's not a human.
It's like a chatbot.
It is like a LLM only, but you will be defining that agent, you will be configuring that agent, which will be taking information from ChatGPT or any other tool like DeepSeek, anything it can take information. It will also be processed in your own business processes. Let's say in addition to my LLM, I will be providing for my particular company, I have some set of processes, I have some set of documents. So those documents also I will need to create so that it will not only provide what is the publicly available information, it will also provide my company's specific information through my process. This will be extremely helpful, not for I will not be throwing my agent for the wider public to use it. I will rather use this agent for my internal teams. And my internal teams will be using these agents and speeding up their process. It can be any process, your order to cash, you can run from buying something in an Amazon website or an Amazon app to the time you are getting an delivery. Let's say it's taking 10 days. Using AI, I can speed up this process, especially for the Amazon team who is handling the end-to-end process. So maybe today it is taking like 7 days for them to complete the delivery and get the payment, everything. Tomorrow it can take maybe within 2 days or within 1 day they are able to do that. Okay. And Amazon is just an example. You can use it for multiple applications. You can use it for pharma industry. You can use it for technology industry. You can use it for education industry. You can use it for it. This is the topic, and this is where everyone is running behind today in the AI. People are hiring AI engineers, especially to build multiple customized AI agents for their respective businesses. Right? Nobody knows to what extent these AI agents can be molded? Can it be molded to such an extent that it can perform all the activities that a human is performing, or maybe some of the activities that we are performing that maybe we are struggling to automate, right? So those things will be taken by the if you want to define AI agent, so AI agent is defined as an autonomous software system. Okay, that performs tasks, makes decisions and learn from the environment to achieve specific goals without constant human intervention. When you say autonomous software systems, you are not just configuring agents to do an automated flow. You are also enabling that autonomous agent to take decisions on its own and to learn from its own way of processing. Let's say I have built the AI agent today. I'm running. My users are using it. It's asking. My users are asking multiple questions to it, and it's providing a lot of answers. It is learning from those kind of questions also, and it's creating its own database. So instead of a machine learning engineer trying to configure or reconfigure the models every time, the agent is built in such a way that the agent can learn by itself. Learn by based on whatever questions a human is asking to the agent, learn by based on whatever information it is getting from the other third party applications, which can be like I mentioned in my project there can be like 10 to 20 applications that I use. So whatever information it is gathering from those applications also we can learn based on it.
Okay.
And of course I can
So we already have agents in the market, right? So can we customize based on our internal requirements for the projects?
when we say agents in the market, are we looking at third party applications?
Third-party applications.
Third party applications are there.
So we can customize based on our need.
For the third party applications, we will be usually using an API interface.
API.
Application. It can be a REST API, SOAP API. That's how we have been doing all these while maybe before this AI came into it.
Yeah, maybe.
That can still be done. But the thing is, instead of using an API everywhere, where I need an API engineer to manually configure and to maintain that environment, so that will be replaced by AI. So that my cloud engineer can focus on the other aspects instead of running or maintaining that integration with it. That is where your AI agents will come into. This is the topic on which your Facebook, Amazon, Google, everyone is fighting today in the market to get their market share. Because everyone knows now AI agents can be made, agentic AI is possible. You can automate multiple things. You can automate multiple applications in one flow. That's like how we discussed yesterday about GenAI. GenAI is possible to create a workflow where you can integrate your WhatsApp to your Gmail, where a customer can just place a request via WhatsApp. Just via WhatsApp message saying that I need 10 items of this particular product, deliver it to me in 2 days. That WhatsApp message can be converted into an order and it can be set as an order. That what we discussed yesterday in an AI. So likewise, so AI agent is something that can do more than that, more than just creating a workflow, more than just integrating multiple applications via AI. They can do more. So goals, preferences, prior knowledge, this is what is fed to an agent. Yeah, right. So all these things are nothing but this is already present in a large language model like ChatGPT or DeepSeek. Now when you are configuring an agent, usually I am not going to the entire step-by-step process how an agent is being configured. Okay, because that is not the focus of this workshop. The workshop model will be learning this. We have already seen how to work with your LLM models. What an IT engineer or AI engineer will do is they will select any LLM model that they want. And they can use either the pro version, free version, any version they can use. As long as the company is able to afford it, especially for the pro version, they have to pay it. Those agents, in addition to what publicly available knowledge is there, they can also be fed with my company specific process documents. Like I mentioned, maybe my company is following a particular process. Let's say a car company, like Maruti is following a specific process for their company, Hyundai is following a specific process for their company. So those process documents, whatever I have collected in the last maybe 20 years or 30 years, and my project related documents, I can feed it to the AI. So that will do an analysis. If at all I want to do a new prototype or a new design, or a new car model tomorrow, rather than starting it from scratch when I do a 3D prototyping, when I have a big brainstorming session, I will first gather information from AI agents which will also show me not just the knowledge repository, it will also have its own thinking capability. So it will suggest me what is the based on what has worked, which model has been so popular or in terms of sales, which model has been so successful. So similarly, use these features in your new model so that your model will be more successful because that is what your past data trend is showing. That using these particular features in your car model or in any product model is what has made the customer to buy your product. Right? And these AI agents will also have a connectivity to your cloud. If you are using an Amazon agent, it will have connectivity to AWS. If you are using a Microsoft agent, it will have connectivity to Azure. If you are using a Google cloud, IBM cloud, so anything can be possible. Okay? So that's the beauty of AI. So if we bifurcate an AI agent into multiple things, okay. So like I mentioned, your ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, DeepSeek, all those will be only part of the core engine layer. Where it will be feeding the information, getting the information, you can do prompting, brainstorming. Even within an AI agent, you can do prompting. Where you set the business scenario, this is my business scenario, for which I want to do work. I will be commanding the AI agent to do specific activities rather than doing everything in my company. I will not ask you to do handle my finance operations, HR, marketing, everything. I will specifically say, hey, you are an AI agent, specifically designed for this operations process. And within operations also specifically for maybe complaints related process. It can be specific to US market, it can be specific to Europe market, something like that. Where right now today I have more than 20 or 30 people doing the compliance process manually. That can be automated by AI. So the core engine is nothing but your LLM models. You will have your LLMs and your prompt later. We know about prompt engineering. Your memory can be short-term memory or long-term memory, just like how you have a computer, your laptop, or you have a random access memory, RAM, which will be a short-term memory, and then you have ROM, so that you can store the data for a long time. Okay, and then your API capabilities, XRS, SaaS, in terms of third-party applications. AI agents have their inbuilt API. You don't have to integrate each and every tool or software with the API request. So usually what happens before your AI gave a picture, there will be, let's say like my project is having 20 tools. I will have to have 10 to 20 member API team only to do the integration of one application with another application. And there is a maintenance for that, there is a maintenance cost for that, so a lot of things. So that can be possible now with an AI agent where you set the API request within the API itself in your config. Then comes your planning and orchestration where you will have frameworks. Any automation will usually have frameworks. We will not go deep into all these things. I'm just explaining what is what for you. So that you understand what is there within AI. Okay. And we are relating it to what we have studied in the last 3 days, which is about analytics. Okay. So this will have some agent frameworks. These are some of the popularly used frameworks. You do AI, Anthropic, so any framework can be used. This is your lag chain, lag graph. These are some of the tools that we discussed yesterday as well. And then comes your execution layer. So your execution layer is where it is processing the prompt and it is providing you customized result. It can provide you an answer to your question. It can provide you an entire analysis of your documentation related to your company, whatever you have said. Based on the business scenario that you have provided, it will be customizing that analysis and providing you a report. You can have a report in terms of activity, or you can have it in a Word doc, or you can have it in a JSON format which you are importing to another application. Okay, so this is how your entire AI agent is built up. Now, if you are taking an X-ray of a car, within a car you will have steering wheel, you will have engine, you will have wheels, you will have upholstery. That's how it is. That's how your AI agent is.
So each of the AI agents has this kind of element, this particular element.
Each AI agent will have all these things. It will be a mix of all these.
Like number one has those only. Like that you have
The core engine will definitely have a LLM. So once you are configuring an AI agent, your first thing that it will ask is which is your LLM that you are choosing. You can choose from ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Perplexity, anything you can choose. Okay? Because that is your core framework. Because your AI agent is something, or your agentic AI is something that has been derived out of your LLM. LLM was the base. Just like how we had deep learning, machine learning, and then came your AI. So similarly, your LLM is the base now. Based on LLM is how the IT industry is developing multiple other things. So one such thing is your AI. You can build an AI agent for different things also. I will show you some examples. I'll come to this later. These are some of the agents that I can create for my create a resume reviewer agent. Of course, any company will have a hiring process. There will be continuous hiring happening in companies, IT MNCs especially, or any MNC for that matter. So for that, instead of having, like I mentioned, if you are having 100 resumes coming for a job vacancy, previously the HR will read all through it, or they will send it to the technical expert who will be reading through all the resume and then shortlisting. Today we have ATS. We have automated systems for reviewing all those 100 resumes based on the keywords provided by the HR. What are the primary skills that I require for this job? What is the skill bill? What is the experience needed? Okay, so based on that, it will define and it will provide out of the 100 resumes, 10 resumes which are matching those keywords. So going forward, if you are applying any resume, if you are going with our age-old practice of we are used to creating a resume via Word document or PowerPoint presentation, going forward that is not going to work. You will never get a call only for your interviews because every company is using an ATS friendly resume. So if you just type in Google ATS friendly resume maker, you will have hundreds of websites which is providing this service. You have a free version where you provide some of the capabilities, and then you have a paid version where you can have more capabilities. Let's say if you want to add a picture, let's say you want to add all your achievements, certification, everything. So some of the features will come as free and some of the features will come as free. That's how you and you will need a ATS friendly resume. Trust me, I've seen this in my company in the last 1 year. Whatever we are doing, previously I used to get 50 resumes or 100 resumes where they will ask us to take 1 to 2 hours just to read through the resume, shortlist it, because we have an immediate opening and we need to satisfy that opening for our client. Else my client will do the business to someone else. That's how it is. Today, they are not sending me 50 resumes. They are only sending me 5 resumes. They are saying directly go with the interview for this. So we can take 5 minutes to read through the resume because you have already done the shortlist. And out of those 5 resumes that I am interviewing, I will never feel like this is not matching my requirements. Maybe I will have a good candidate, bad candidate, but out of the 5 resumes, mostly I will 95% I am able to select a candidate and shortlist, which is speeding my entire hiring process. Let's say my hiring process previously was taking a month's time. Today within 10 days I can hire a person and maybe within another 5 days I will be able to bring him on. Right? So that is possible. You can have an AI agent for that. You can have an AI agent for your sales related activities. You can have it for your reviewing activities. Let's say you have a lot of content, blog posts, creating a lot of things. You can have an AI agent for that. Like we have discussed during our prompt engineering also for research related activities. If you want a research paper analysis, you can have an AI agent for that as well. If you want IT support also, today IT support is possible by AI agents, where it will trigger emails, it will trigger the ticketing status, it will also provide you the customer calling support. If you are calling, tomorrow there will not be a human who will be answering your call. There will be an AI agent who will be answering your calls. That's all. Okay, you can have a IT support analyst for that. So for a company, if they are building such AI agents, it is profitable for them. Today, let's say for IT support, only for customer care related purpose, they are having 100 people employed. Tomorrow, if they have a AI agent, maybe 1 or 2 AI agents specifically built for that particular process, they can reduce that 100 to 10 people. Maybe 10 people only to majorly handle the major incidents. The rest of the 90 people's work will be done by the AI. So yes, in one way, your AI agents are speeding up the process. The other way is it is automating a lot of manual effort, and that is why people might be losing jobs. So these people who are in the fear of losing jobs, all they have to do is to learn AI and ensure that they are AI enabled. That's what I said. You don't have to become a developer. Not everyone is needed to become a developer. Going forward in the IT industry or any industry, all you have to do is you should know these AI tools and how to work with them effectively to do your job. Okay. If someone is not knowing how to work with AI, then those are the people who will be losing their jobs. Okay. So these are some of the AI that we can do. Okay. This is what every company is after the last 2 to 3 years especially. Okay. So those are some of the use cases that I mentioned. These are some of the need-based AI agents that we can create. Like we saw the use cases also. There is one use case only for the ratio trading. There is one use case only for the sales related activity. One only for the research related activity. So likewise, you can have a goal-based agent. But the goal is to do research. But the goal is to do hiring. But the goal is to do sales. Okay, or you can have a learning agent where you provide a knowledge base, you provide some customized learning for your upskilling of your teams. You can have a utility based agent, they want to do a particular job, like automated processing, maybe on a daily basis, you need some daily jobs, daily reports, monthly reports to be generated, so those kind of activities. Today, like I mentioned yesterday also, right? So usually what happens is after a big meeting in any IT or any industry, we used to set a minutes of meeting. And in order to draft the minutes of meeting, it will take 1 hour. Someone else will be reviewing. So if you are having the meeting in the morning, the minutes of meeting will come by the end of the day or maybe the next day. Today everything is transcribed. Today if you are using a Zoom or Microsoft Teams, you open the meeting, your transcription will start doing. So whatever you are speaking is already your text is getting converted to voice. It will also provide a beautiful summary at the end of the meeting. These are the major points that we have discussed. These are your action items. It will be ready to kick off the minutes of meeting just seconds after your meeting. That's how AI agents are defined. That is saving a lot of time in fact because I am a person who attends 3 to 4 hours of my day goes on meeting. So sending the minutes of meeting, I have to assign it to someone on my team, and they will be taking 1 hour or 2 hours, and they will be sending a minutes. I will have to review it, we have to refine it, so we send it to the client. All those tasks will be done by immediate basis. So whether it's your Microsoft Copilot or whether it is your Google GenAI or something. Then comes your model-based reflex agents. This is a little complex. Just like how I mentioned in machine learning, you can configure, reconfigure, and retrain the models based on the new information that they are getting, or they are making some mistakes. Like I mentioned, maybe your ChatGPT is not 100% accurate, it can be 80% accurate, 90% accurate. So, in order to improve the accuracy, or especially on specific topics which is making a lot of mistakes, so those are the models that can get configured. These are the kind of complex agents which a machine learning engineer or a very expert AI engineer will work. But other agents are kind of simple, which even a person who doesn't have any coding knowledge can do this. Even we can do this, training all these AI agents. There are already some ready-made AI agents that are available for public use. If you go to the respective websites, I will show you which are the websites. You can try them out. You can have maybe a 1 week or a 2 week free trial. With the free trial, you can try them out, and if you really want to pay service, you can go for the paid service.
How we can do the free trial? Like we need to just
You
get
go to the website, log in with your Gmail ID or something, you will get a 14-day free trial. They will ask some basic details, maybe your phone number, email ID, all that stuff. Okay, you don't have to pay usually, but some websites ask for credit card details. Maybe it will take 2 rupees and then it will cancel it. You can cancel the subscription. You don't have to pay.
You can only renew one time in a system, right? Because it will be tracked by the IP address.
Exactly. You can have it in multiple systems. That is not the question.
So you can only there for 30 or 40 days.
Right.
Once you try to again renew it, you want to because it is tracked by the IP address.
But if you have, let's say, 2 or 3 laptops,
Then it is fine. So when you are ready to learn something, then that time you will install it. Otherwise, after 30 days, it's going to expire and you won't be able to install it again in the same issue. Because it's tagged by the IP address. When you type IP, won't be in the cross prompt, right? The IP
after
address,
install, we cannot install again.
you cannot install it in the same issue.
Security.
Not security. Because each,
No, they will not be
like Aadhaar card for us, right? Aadhaar card for us. Each system is having IP address. So we cannot change the IP address at all. So that will be tracked based on the IP address, right?
And they know that you are the same user.
Same
You
user.
are trying to use the free trial again and again. Right? It's no
If
matter.
is not required, then we guide.
The reason they are providing free trial is just to get you used to the tool. And find the tool as a need.
They are smart enough. Otherwise, we will keep on using the
Exactly.
free version, and they are
You
not
will
going
be
to get that.
using IDs and all that. You will be creating multiple free trials. So they will try to avoid that. So this is between what we have learned so far. Your machine learning, deep learning, AI, generative AI, and your AI agents, and there is something called RH. I'll come to what is RH. Okay. This is how the network will look like. This is how it is different. In machine learning, how it is different is you are providing an input, you are getting it into some transformers, some model configuration. This is where your models are configured based on something called a neural networks. Your ML engineer, machine learning engineer will be working with the transformers or neural networks to do the machine learning type of concepts. Then comes your deep learning, which is trying to uh, simplify this process where you have more than 4 to 5 steps rather than bringing it into a very integrated kind of a neural networks and transformer based configuration. That is your deep learning. Then comes your AI, which is trying to collate all these things into one particular LLM, which is a large language model. So this will be a large language model which can have capabilities of all these things. Machine learning, deep learning, or computer vision, and everything. So that is the reason it is able to answer all your questions. Here, if you provide an image, it is able to read that image, analyze that image, and provide insights. If you provide video, also it is able to do that. Then comes your generative AI. The generative AI takes this part, your large language model, and you are able to customize something more out of it. Maybe it can be a video or it can be something specific to your business. Your business process documents, any of your particular project related documents. That can be customized to give your business specific insights rather than giving everything from the outside world, whatever the knowledge and information it has. Then comes your RAG. RAG is nothing but, so we have talked about AI, we have talked about prompt engineering, large language models. Your RAG is something similar to an AI but has a little different capabilities. So RAG is called as retrieval augment generation. Retrieval augment generation. Where it is specifically used is, let's say my LLM is able to provide everything from the outside. Whether I am asking a science question, a maths question, any question, research question, content, it can provide everything. But I want it to provide something related to my specific company process. Like I mentioned, if you want a specific process for your company, I can have a RH, especially for customer support related activities. Because for customer support, I don't want a general answer to be provided to my customer. I want something related to my business process to explain it to my customer. Not only for my customer, it can be for my internal team as well. Let's say I am a person from the IT team. I don't know the process from the finance team how it works. But I have something I have to provide to my client. I need to verify with the finance team whether it is satisfying the finance compliance or the finance audit part. Finance audit part is not my responsibility, but as an entire project, if I am providing a service to another company, I will also have to check with my finance team or my audit team that certain compliances are being met up. So those kind of specific customized business processes and answers related to those customized business processes can be turned into a RAG. RAG is also kind of an agent, like your agentic AI. But this will be very specific to your business. And then your AI agents can be built for anything. You can build an AI agent for, let's say, you want to connect your Telegram, WhatsApp, email, everything together. And you can ask your customers to send a new order, to do an order booking just by sending a text via WhatsApp. That is also possible. That's how your WhatsApp banking is happening. So today, no banks are asking you to log into their website. They are having a facility called WhatsApp banking. Once you open the WhatsApp banking, you have registered mobile number. They provide all your facilities. If you want to do a fund transfer, it is possible. If you want to do account balance check, everything is possible. If you want to request for a new checkbook or a new credit card, debit card, everything is possible. Because those WhatsApp agents are acting as a WhatsApp banking is actually acting as a agent in that. That is also possible. So this is an example of how an AI agent will be looking like. This is an Amazon example that I am taking. Amazon Bedrock is a specific tool designed to build such AI agents. So like I mentioned, your LLMs are there and we saw the anatomy of an AI agent that is having multiple layers. So how to build those layers is based on certain tools like Amazon. So Amazon has Amazon Bedrock, Google has something called Google Vertex. So there are a lot of other tools that are available like this, which will be used to create your AI agent. Or even if you are trying to build your AI agent, you will need a tool like Amazon Bedrock to build your AI agent. This is also having a free trial, kind of 14 days, you will maximum limit for 30 days, something like that, where you can build your AI agents. But if you want your AI agents to be used after your free trial, then you will have to make a payment. Else, Amazon will be closing that AI agent, they will be destroying that AI agent, you will have to build it again, if at all you really need. Okay. So it will have your LLM capabilities, it will have your API related capabilities. There are a lot of things given over here. I will not go into this because this is too technical stuff. I'm just giving a layout of how your AI agent will look. So you can have multiple applications. Now within your AWS or Amazon itself, there are multiple applications available for different purposes. You will have one for cloud storage, data storage, middleware, API. So all these can be integrated into one particular flow. Using your LLM also, you can have the LLM based capabilities as well. And in addition to that, if I have some company specific documents, I can feed those documents also, so that those processes also will be learned by LLM. Okay. So this is being defined for your Amazon platform. It is a fully managed service from AWS, which is using your foundation model. Foundation models is nothing but your LLMs. You can, when you are configuring an AI agent, you can select which LLM you want. You can be ChatGPT, it can be DeepSeek. Let's say you are feeling that DeepSeek is providing better insights, so you go with the DeepSeek LLM. And there are other LLMs whichever you want, you can try it. And then it has generative AI capabilities where it will learn from, once you create an agent, people will start using it. You will be also tracking this AI agent will also be tracking to what extent people are using it, what kind of queries they are asking, what kind of prompts they are asking. So based on that, it will try to refine its content. It will try to categorize, refine its categorization of production. So this is an agent which will learn from itself based on the input it is getting and based on how it has been working. So every time I don't have to configure it from the back end with any new topic. Unless and until there is something really big that is happening or something new project or an entirely new product that is coming in, then I will have to do some configuration to feed that documentation related to the new product. But otherwise, it can learn by itself based on the queries that my internal team or whoever is using my agent, internal or external. Based on that, it will define its content by automatically. This is how AI works. This is another example. Like you mentioned a lot of codes yesterday, right? NADM. This is how I NADM works. So this is using some of the tools which you are using on a daily basis. Using Gmail, it is using your Word doc or your presentations, right? It can also use your spreadsheet kind of applications. It can also set a date and time. So at this particular time or this particular date, or maybe every day in the morning at 6 o'clock, this AI agent should run and it should provide a report. Something like that, I can automate it also. Okay, it will not just send the report, it will also be setting, it can also automatically set a meeting invite for us. Let's say based on this report, we are going to have a follow-up call. If that is what is written in the email, that we have follow-up call on this particular day. It will also automatically trigger a meeting invite for me via Zoom or via Microsoft Teams, whichever I have integrated with this email. That's how intelligent it is. Without just providing a report, it will also set up the follow-up actions. So any of your WhatsApp or Telegram, anything can be done with this NITN workflow. If you go to this NITN website and do a free trial, it will provide some already available templates which people have already created and kept. All you have to do is, if you are using a Telegram or a WhatsApp kind of template, you will have to provide your WhatsApp number. In Telegram, you don't have that feature, as we discussed yesterday, right? In Telegram, you just have to provide your user ID. But you will have to do those authentication to make those templates work. You will have to see which template is more useful for you. Let's say you are a person who is into multiple meetings, who are sending mails to multiple clients. Okay, so those kind of people will find certain of these AI agents or templates really useful because a lot of their tasks will get automated mails. They don't need a person secretary as such to take notes of everything and to schedule their entire time, everything, calendar, everything. Their schedule will get automated. This we have already seen the use cases. So in short, how we can build an AI agent is, first we will have to identify for what purpose I'm going to build an AI agent. What is the specific business process for which I see there is a need for automation of building an AI agent. Wherever you see there is a need for automation, instead of going for automation via a Python coding or Java coding. That's how the automation was happening 5 years before AI came in. Today, the moment you think about automation, you think about AI. Because that is an intelligent machine which can do a lot more than just automating one particular workflow. It can also read and analyze and it can suggest some insights also. That you have automated this process, but there is another process related to this which can also be automated, but it is not. Okay, so that is the level of intelligent agent that this will be. So once you discover your business scenario, you analyze in terms of what LLM you are going to use and what is the justification behind using that LLM. You can also try with multiple LLMs. Let's say you are first step building your AI agent chat. See what is the kind of response it is giving. See if it is giving some detailed insights or not. And then you can reconfigure your your AI agent to select another LLM. Try it out with DeepSeek, try it out with Perplexity Pro, so that you will know which one is providing more deeper insights. It should be useful for companies, especially they want very customized kind of solution for their business processes. And then comes your configuring of your AI agent and then your entire automation of that workflow. This is how your general process of building an AI agent will come. Everyone knows we have tools to build this. We know what is the power of AI agents. We just have to come up with business scenarios that is suitable to our business to build these AI agents. Right? That is where a lot of thinking is ongoing. So it doesn't mean that you have to be an AI engineer knowing a lot of ML, machine learning, or doing model configuration, Python programming, or maybe Java programming, whatever programming is needed. Nothing is needed. All these AI agents can also be built without any coding knowledge also. Because you are just going to drag and drop some things, you just have to know what you need, and you just have to know where to select what. Okay. What are the minimum configurations you need to create your agent, and then you refine them. So, we talked about agents, we talked about the RAG, which is retrieval augmented generation. You can have a combination of RAG plus agents to have your agent with RAG. So you have your AI agents, you can also have a agentic RAG, which is a combination of both. These are some of the parameters in which this can be differentiated. One is in terms of the data retrieval process. Data retrieval can happen via LLM because that is why we are giving our prompts. LLM is giving you an answer. We have different prompt framework, different types of prompting. We can do all that, and that is where the data retrieval is happening. An agent will have a goal-driven data retrieval. Because in an agent, you will also provide what is your business scenario for which you are building the agent. Like we saw some examples, right? Sales agent, or a resume retrieval agent, research agent. So you are providing the business scenario. So based on that is how it will retrieve the data. This is query driven. So in the query driven process, I will say instead of not just providing my LLM, I am also providing my company specific knowledge database. It can be company specific documents. So from the company specific documents, what are the topics to be extracted? This is what I will be setting in my customized query. So that is how your data retrieval from a normal agent to an RAG will be different. And this will be a combination of both. Let's say I want my RAG to review my business specific documents also, and also to provide all the agent specific LLM related technology and entire expertise. So I will be having a combination of both agentic RAG. Then from a decision making process, this will be autonomous. That will also be wherever you are using agents, it will be autonomous. The RAG will be rule based because you are providing some customized rules. From a response generation aspect also, this will be more of action oriented. Right? It will provide deep insights. It will also provide recommendations. What you can improve in your product. Your RAG will not provide you recommendation. RAG will only provide what is there in the knowledge database. So whatever you have your customized business process, you will just provide that. This is my process. Okay, nothing more than that. This will be a combination of both because you want your RAG capabilities also, you want your agent capabilities also. So both are related. Okay. Adaptability, complexity, everything is good. Only in your RAG you will have limitations because your RAG is specifically meant for a customized process. It is a small subpart within an AI agent kind of experience. Okay. So these are some of the differences. So we talked about RAG, which is retrieval augmented generation. Then we have something called, now we have talked about AI, agents, agentic AI, and RAG. We have another popular topic also. When we talk to AI engineer, they will mention a lot about model context protocol. Model context protocol is nothing but this has been recently developed based on ChatGPT, LLM, everything that came. Model context protocol especially is for, like I mentioned, if I have 20 applications in my this one, instead of me configuring something for each and every application to make them communicate, this model context protocol will take care of. I just have to configure at one place, which is this model context protocol or model context prompting, where I will be defining which are the tools I am using. It will have a list of all the popular tools that any IT industry is using. Over and above that, if you want also, you can build customized agents, but it will already have a set of all the popular tools you are using in the market. It can be any tool, it can be Microsoft related tools, it can be your Google related tools, it can be your IBM related tools. It will show a list of everything. You just have to select it, plug and play. So based on your selections, this is how this model context protocol will be done. This is an open standard. Open standard is nothing but you don't need to pay for using this MCP. You can use it just like how you build some of the free AI agents. You can build something like a model context protocol. Okay, this will also have your LLM capabilities. So for everything, your LLM is your base. ChatGPT is your base. Because ChatGPT came first. Okay, that's like how the chicken came first or the egg came first. ChatGPT or LLMs came first. Based on using the LLM is how people derived the other things in the last 3 years. All this happened in the last 3 to 4 years, not even more than that. Because just think about it, your ChatGPT was introduced only in 2021, end of 2020 or beginning 2021. People took a lot of time, the entire 2021 went in using and understanding your LLMs, what are its capabilities, what are pros and cons. And your 2022 mid is where the AI agents are coming into picture. People are using it more, they are getting new ideas, they are trying to see if you can do something more than just providing me answers. That's how they did a lot of prototyping and they take your agent. Based on your agent AI, how they went into RAG kind of agents. So these all happened in the last 2 years. This MCP is something that came in more popularly only from 2024. It's that recent. It's that recent. Only the last 1 year, this has come into the picture, and everyone is running behind this. So all the companies, whenever a new technology is coming in, they wanted to become experts of the technology as soon as possible. Now this technology is coming from one particular company. This has been coming from OpenAI, which is the same company which released ChatGPT. So they are one step ahead because they are bringing in some new things, and everyone else is just copying this. Okay, so they brought this in 2024, and everyone is trying to now make their agents also have MCP capabilities. Okay. So these are all additional features to make your, so if I say in layman terms, you have cat, you make that cat into a lion. Okay, so your cat is nothing but your LLM or your chat. You are making that into a lion by transforming it into an AI agent, by transforming it into an RAG or an MCP. That's what is happening. Okay. So it acts as a universal connector, enabling AI models to interact seamlessly with external tools and services. Let's say I have 20 tools, 30 tools. I can build a MCP to orchestrate all these tools in one place and fetch information, execute tasks, etc. This is about MCP. So today so far we have talked about your AI agents, we have talked about your RAG, we have talked about your MCP. And these are the main things which is being expected from an AI engineer. Now your role is not going to be, let's say, depends on different people, right? Like I mentioned, all our jobs are now becoming AI enabled. Doesn't mean that you will have to build an AI agent on a daily basis. That is not going to be your job. Your job is to, someone will be building an AI agent relevant to your particular area of expertise. Let's say you are a data analyst, they will be building an AI agent or they have already built an AI agent for the data analysis part, or the data science part within their organization. You should know how to effectively use that AI agent. So they will provide training. You should know how to use those AI agents. And since you have now, you have the basic understanding of what prompt engineering is, what LLM is, so you will be able to relate to it, you will be able to learn it faster. You will have to use these AI agents in order to get your work done faster. That's where your point comes in. You are still going to be a data analyst because that is your area of expertise. You will be a data analyst, data engineer, data scientist, okay, with AI capabilities. Okay, that's what you're doing. But for a person, let's say Rahana is right now in 12th standard. And she is going to become an engineer tomorrow, hopefully. Okay, and then you will get into the IT industry. Now, for people of this age, I will ask them to master how to build a AI. Because you never know, because they can become a data analyst today, tomorrow, they can become a software tester, they can become anything else, autonomous robotics, they can become anything. And whatever field they go into, there is going to be AI capabilities. If they, even if they go into medicine, today your operations are being done by robots. That is possible. More it will be maybe more robots. Like I speak, maybe yesterday I came across a LinkedIn post where China has recently built an AI powered hospital. It has 100 robots which does all the operations. There will be surgeon robots, there will be reception robots, there will be nurses in the form of robots. So all 100 robots are running the entire hospital and they will be running it 24/7. The only time that they need is charging. That's like how it's shown in movies. Okay. So they have built a hospital like that. This is mind blowing. Maybe tomorrow, 10 years down the line, if everyone is building such hospitals, okay, you will get better treatments maybe. Okay, maybe it will be 100% accurate also better than what a human would do. Okay, because sometimes your hospitals you see how it works. Sometimes they do two shifts, three shifts together, they become more sleepy, it will affect their health. That's how it is. But a robot will never get human robot will never get tired. It's like a human how it gets tired. And can do more efficient tasks. Tomorrow that is also possible. Right? But they also have all these LLM capabilities today, everything. They can also have their own agents. Tomorrow it can so happen that a robot can itself create another robot. That is also possible. So at your age, what I would suggest is, since you are already learning Python, also, right? So Python is used to a certain extent in data science, and Python can also be used to a certain extent in building the AI. That is where you go and use all these tools that we talked about yesterday. Right? Get into each of these tools. Get the free trial. You will get it for 14 days. Ensure that you are using the tool maximum within that free trial. Of course, you are not going to pay and buy it. And I would also not recommend you to pay and buy it unless and until you see a real need for it. Okay? But get these tools, get the free trial and try exploring all these tools. Okay, you have a lot of content related to this in YouTube also. Okay, which will be help you get started. Of course, you will not become an expert unless and until you dig deep into it. Okay, but it will at least give you a fire edge than others. Okay, now that you are already attending this workshop, you know the basics of prompt engineering, you know the basics of LLM, you know the basics of AI, and so on. You start using this code. Okay, you should be at a position to build an AI, configure an AI agent, customize an AI agent later. Okay, that is where these tools will help. For people who already have experience, what we should be doing is we shouldn't be focusing on building AI. You can still try it if you have time and if you are interested. But what we should do is whatever AI agents are being created by others, we will try to leverage it effectively and speed up our activities. That's what we should do. Maybe initially it will look tough. Maybe 1 or 2 weeks we will be struggling with using the AI effectively and all. But once we get the hang of it, we will be preferring that instead of going to our own way of doing it in PowerPoint, spreadsheet, doing multiple analysis, and multiple dashboards and all. So that's how it is.
So these like free plans will not have that like how you would say like it will track the IP and it will just you cannot install
See, of course, like I mentioned,
something.
the moment you go into any of these sites, they are going to track your cookies, where your cookies are going to track your data, everything. That is anyways going to happen. Okay, that is how IT is. You cannot escape that at all. Okay. Only thing what you can try and avoid is maybe providing your personal information in terms of, let's say if it is asking for a credit card. Today credit card is becoming mandatory. The reason being that for a free trial, anyone can create a fake ID. You can create like 10 email IDs and get the free trial for 10 days. They're trying to avoid that. That is the reason they are asking you to link your credit card also. Because credit card will have a number and you cannot use the same credit card. The moment you use the same credit card for another account, it will show a saying that this credit card is already linked to another account where you have already taken a free trial and the free trial has expired. That's how it is.
But that numbers are safe, like security wise, when they
Security wise, everything will be safe because they are also having policies. And they will be tracked by maybe US related government or they are RBI. They will be following all those companies. So your thing will be safe, but your backend data will anyways be transferred to the others. Just like how we are using our phone to call some people, or our bank is sending it to others to send you other new product related marketing, maybe buy a personal loan, buy a credit card, all those stuff. That will still be happening. If you are caring for that and not using any of these tools, we are never going to learn anything. And anyways, you are using Facebook, Instagram, and anyways you are out there in the entire world, they can track you. Okay, that's how it is. To what extent they track you is only the question. You can still use a email. What I would suggest is for these technical purposes, you have one particular email specific to that purpose. Only for learning purpose, you have an email. Don't use your personal email for this. That can still be done. But your phone number is going to be the same because today you cannot have multiple numbers. Maybe a few years back you can have multiple numbers. Today everything is being tracked. Your Aadhaar ID, with your number, everything. So you cannot have multiple numbers also. Maybe if within your family you can do one registration into your name. You can do one registration with your husband's name or with your dad's name, mother's name. That can still be possible. That way you can have maybe two or three maximum candidates. To try it. But go ahead and try out all these things. For a data analyst, your Julius AI is related to data analysis.
Julius and yeah, Julius.
Julius, and you can still use your Power BI, all those tools also, which now has AI capabilities. Now all the tools, whatever you have shared of the past, everything is having AI capabilities. Everything has your LLM integrated with it. So everything can extract data from ChatGPT or DeepSeek or anything. That's how it is. So people who are getting into college, who are new to the world, you guys have to master knowledge. As much as possible, not everything, of course, but as much as possible. Because these are some things that are going to define the entire IT industry and the entire business, not only IT industry. Because even your cars are becoming smarter, your phones are becoming more smarter, your bikes are becoming smarter. Today, within a bike, I am able to do navigation. The EV vehicles are possible. Within a bike, I am able to do calling. Okay, so tomorrow maybe will only, like I mentioned, that tomorrow maybe flying car will also be possible. But now, everything will have all these AI capabilities. Okay, maybe not the same tools, maybe different tools, but everything will have all the LLM capabilities and AI capabilities. Because LLM is such a thing, it can be integrated to any electronic device. That's how it is. Right? Even a windmill can have LLM capabilities today. And it can send a lot of data, a lot of insights into how a windmill is working, what is its forecast, when it is needing maintenance, all of it. It's already possible via your sensors, IoT and all, but today you will get more specific insights. Let's say you have 1,000 windmills unable to do the maintenance, then that will provide more specific insights. You never know how your AI is going to transform your entire business because everyone right now is only exploring the LLM, how they can use it effectively for their businesses and all. Okay, the exploration will still continue. So maybe daily on a daily basis, you will see new things coming in the market. So if you are in LinkedIn, you follow all the AI related companies, you open AI, Meta, everything. You never know which one who will be releasing what on a daily basis. Because on a daily basis, all these research and development is happening right now. As we speak. Right, that's how it is. And everyone is in the exploration stage only. Nobody has fully mastered AI. There is daily exploration that is happening. So today there will be one kind of technology. Tomorrow, maybe 2 years down the line, you might have new tools, new capabilities, all that is possible. That's how it is. So with this, we are coming to the end of our workshop. Special thanks I would say to Manisha ma'am because you have been able to attend all the 4 days of the workshop, which is great. So you would have got a lot more exposure than everyone, especially for Rohana as well. Rohana 2 days you have attended. There is another person who has also attended 2 days. She attended the first 2 days, you attended the last 2 days. Okay, but that's how it is. But now you can, I would say, you can confidently say people that I know what is AI. I know what is GenAI, I know what is agent AI, because you know the basics. what we should be doing more is follow this prompt framework, solve framework whenever you are doing a prompting going forward. Don't just go to the usual way of asking direct question. Set a role or define a purpose, provide some markers, patterns, okay, what is needed, what is not needed, and accordingly define your pattern. Never go with the first answer it is okay. Probe it a little more so that it can give more effective insights. So these are, if you are asking for next steps, if you would like to learn more on AI, these are some of the courses that we are offering at Amazon. We have a 1 month crash course. I wouldn't recommend a 1 month crash course for people who are new to AI. At least if you have 5 to 10 years of experience, in the last 5 years especially, then you can go for a 1 month crash course. Especially if you are a cloud engineer or you are already a developer, IT developer, then 1 month crash course will be fine. But for people who are starting new, I would recommend a 3 month or a 6 month crash course. These are some of the topics that we will be covering, and we will also do working demos. As part of this workshop, more we have gone into the theory part of it rather than the application part. So in your 3 month and 6 month crash course, we will actually go about creating an AI agent, how to configure it, how to use it for your specific business purposes.
This is for AI and generative AI.
This is only for AI related course. We also have software testing, Python also we have a course. If someone wants to get a job in Python development, so we are having a course for that as well. So you can take those courses also. Data analytics also we are having a course now. So if you want to learn more, you take a 3 months or 6 months course. You still have, like I mentioned, all those topics. Okay, if you dive into each of those topics, each of the topic will take a month or two to master. You will have to do a lot of practice also, where you will be directly configuring and identifying. That is a lot of experience. But like I mentioned, since you already, for people who already have experience as a data analyst or as a software testing, you specifically focus on those. You learn to leverage AI into your field rather than changing your field entirely. Unless and until you are really interested in becoming an AI agent, you want to do a lot of coding, you want to do a lot of model related configuration, then you can go for it, of course.
That also, for data analytics also you have the slide for course.
Data analytics also, I think for 1 month we have provided some content, right? I'll check with the admin. We have a lot of content. So in your data analytics, what we will usually cover is we will start with your basic, like I mentioned, your advanced Excel topics. Okay, basic Excel you will already know. You go with your advanced Excel topics, how you can create some custom functions, use some custom formulas to create, especially if you have 1 lakh of data or more big data kind of stuff. Right? So those we will be showing you, and especially how the AI is integrated in Excel today. So those kind of plugins also we will be showing you some use cases. And then comes your tool specific information. So your data analytics tool, Power BI will have a course, Tableau will have a course. There are 2 more applications where you will have at least 3 to 4 applications will train you in that 6 months course. So that you can take any one of those. There will be some job opportunities for Power BI, there will be some job opportunities for Tableau or for any other. So you can try for all these things.
Tableau and Power BI both are same.
Both are pretty much same, but different companies are using it for their different purposes. So not every company who apply for a job will use the same set of tools. Since different set of tools are available in the market, they will have a different tools. So we should be in a position, and the fundamentals will be the same. Whether it is Power BI, whether it is Tableau, your basic fundamentals within the data analysis will be the same. So only the UI, the configurations and the terminologies that will be different. That is what we will be learning. So that you can say you are a Power BI expert also, you are a Tableau expert. And then comes, we will also, as part of the 6 months course for data analysis, we will give you some of the Python training. Because you can create some data science models using Python. So how you can do that, all those things. So all these topics itself will cover 4 to 5 months. And finally, will be you will have a big project, and we will be providing you a project scenario. You have to build that data along with your data analysis, your dashboard, and everything. That's what you will be submitting for your certification test. If you want a detailed kind of a syllabus, I'll ask online people to send you as well. Maybe not. So that's all. Until you have any questions, we are done for the day. We will have a short feedback session. Request of, okay, okay, waiting. Okay, sure.
That day you started data in Gemini and all, no? That day. So I will do it.
You are doing the same. Okay.
Gemini like means I just open Gemini. So extraction.
This you are using 2.5 flash, right? Try clicking on that. Let's see what other applications. Rhoda, you can come and sit. So you can also this. You don't have a laptop. You can your phone.
We can on the right.
Yeah.
Flash.
So here you are seeing what all the options. You are seeing flash and you are seeing pro. Just click on pro. You have pro. This one, reasoning math and pro. Yeah, you have a pro version as well. Okay, always go for pro because that will give you more details.
So like let's say no data.
Now, first you provide instead of saying I am a data analyst, you provide
No,
set a role for it.
First we need data, right? So we'll ask data.
You ask data, but first you tell it that you define the role for ChatGPT or you define the role for Gemini. You are an expert data engineer.
I'll say you are an expert.
Exactly. That's how you learn. You are an expert data engineer. So that it will look for content only related to data engineering rather than engineering. You are an expert data engineer. And then in the next sentence, you give a full stop, and then in the next sentence, you mention about what you do. You can write it in forms. Since she is writing, you will try it. You will try each. Try it, try it.
In Google.
No, open with it.
In WhatsApp.
In anything. Yeah, you can also open it. WhatsApp plus
This is enough. I want to be 2 years sales data of Samsung mobile.
I want 2 years sales data of Samsung mobile in India. State device. So that is the purpose that you provide. Right? Then you provide something else, right? You provide a pattern or markers. You need to do your sales data. Okay. This is for what purpose?
In a
Yeah, you provide the format. I wait it. Just click on this square. Yeah, that will stop its answer. And you add.
they give me a Excel sheet table form.
Form of Excel. Mention directly Excel also. Let's see if it is working. I don't think that I will mind, but you just try it. Excel format. You say Excel format, I don't think it will be Excel, but I think Excel format. It has got a lot of data, but has it got it in the Excel format?
No.
Or it is in Excel data where I can tell you the.
Size step by step is not a specific plan or something.
Okay. Is the Royal Jelly?
Lots of share actually. State wise. When given the result.
Copy this same prompt, you give it in something, say in chat.
Exactly.
In chat.
But you did in Chennai, no, that's why.
I did it in Gemini, but
But I
not
think
getting the
your
right
prompt,
one.
your prompt was
I was giving pretty much the same prompt only, but maybe a little more than that.
you said something.
So it's good. Okay. So this is how I am.
You're an expert in Indian.
I asked for 10 years sales data. Okay.
Sold in India, especially categorized data. Nation sales revenue.
So this is the role, this is the purpose, and this is the must-haves. This is the marker I am providing. Especially categorize the data in terms of region level, sales revenue.
Customer follow provide data in Excel format.
Okay.
I got to like this.
This is from Meta AI. Official Samsung Excel. Oh, this is fine. What we have mentioned is
Excel.
Excel. Yes, it doesn't provide it in Excel format. But over here, if you see, it is providing me data in this format directly.
Yeah. What about ChatGPT?
ChatGPT also will provide it. That's what I'm asking you to try. Copy the same prompt and put it in ChatGPT. You can copy that directly and then put it in ChatGPT and see what it's. This is how you will have to experiment with all the tools. See which one is working better. Now you ask since you have got an answer, Manisha, you ask a follow-up question. Say that I am expecting this data in an Excel format. Okay. Exactly. Now you are getting it pretty much in a tablet format, which you can copy paste and again. Right. So usually I would recommend, of course you can chat with
Yes,
them.
format accurate.
But since chat book WhatsApp has become a Facebook, that's why they have all basic stuff to do. Ask specific details. That you either go with ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity. Put the same question in this one. Yes. Open a new tab, search for this. What is your follow-up question?
Instead of state-wise analysis, sales data in Excel format.
So now you are getting it in a pretty much at least table format. What is the difference between your first and your second?
Yes, first one I asked state-wise and also it says not included state-wise or not. Yeah. That's it. And 2 years, I asked 2 years. 2 years state-wise data. They're also what they have their market share, and the actual thing is they are doing.
Yeah, actually they think they are doing, but they are not given it in access on it. It's very
Here, sales data, that's it. But here they are giving all competitors, Samsung, Apple, all
so
competitors.
not only Samsung data, it is also providing every data on its own. Now that's how we can define. Maybe from the first question itself, we can ask a follow-up question that provide this data in Excel form and provide more details maybe at region level, state level. Because that state-wise, whatever we have provided in the report, it has not organized.
So here you say export to sheet.
That will export it to, since this is GenAI,
Yeah.
this will export it to Google Sheets.
Google Sheets, not the.
Not your Microsoft Excel. That's how it is. Okay, now you click on open sheet, if you open a Google docs.google.com, this will be one. If you open a Google sheet, if you want it in Excel, of course you can download this.
No copy paste also.
Copy paste also or download also. If you download it, it will directly come as Excel file. What are you doing? Usually it's required we have to also mention provide the output in maybe 5,000 words. Other than this. First of all, let's say what is provided.
How to download the Excel sheet? Like here I can save it.
Just go to file and we will be able to say what I want.
Oh.
Yes. Pretty much done with the workshop. Just trying out something. No, I didn't do it. Even yesterday I didn't do it. The person who came on the first two days, they already mentioned they will not be able to do it. She came only to the weekend. She was not able to come on the same days. I was having all the this. I was only was the person that I was for this. Just explain to me what kind of thing you want.
No, I just downloaded it. She just wanted the document.
This is only providing 5 to 6 competitors and it is providing shop-wise details something. You ask it for maybe 10 years or something, so that you get bigger data. This is only like 5 to 6 lines, right? You don't need AI for this, you can do it on your own. Right? Ask it for bigger data, so ask it for maybe 10 years data, 20 years data. If it is not providing the right format, ask follow-up questions. Say, whatever data you have provided is insightful, but I need it in this particular format. Ask follow-up questions rather than asking an entirely good problem. This is
This is 5,000.
very lot of details over here, but it's very in the Excel format. Samsung mobile phone sales. Use the same format itself, just it's 2 years, you can check as this data. Yeah, that's it. Well, you're getting into Excel format. You do this. Sure. It's still generating. This is not different. Maybe it is getting data from Maharashtra because it is getting from some other news article or something. But it is unable to provide more in sense. Because this will give an insight that maybe Samsung phone is used only in some places in Maharashtra. This is not the case. You can get some from there. How it is correct. How is the difference in which context or which solution? Now it is providing, it's unable to find the data. Now it is providing different state names and it is providing similar data, right? Which is dummy data, which you can use it for your just for learning purposes. You cannot play this as the actual space.
Now it's I said 10 years sales data.
But it is taking for some other reason. You not mention India, I think.
Yeah.
But okay. It's taking for
Clearly
Europe.
same showing to 24. I think whatever data they have, so not 10 years, but like this. And it's full world only data.
Yeah, because we have not mentioned the region. If you mention the region, it will go for region. This is like the entire world is providing approximately.
Oh, the 10 years is like this 25, 27, 17.
Exactly. It's taking the data from somewhere. This also you can do maybe if you want to know the global sales data, that is what you are getting right now. Now you will have to collect this into different machines. So your next prompt, you ask it to collect all this into one Excel file and copy. It has provided you for 20, 17, 18, 20 and all, right? We want to provide a prompt in such a way. Provide the above data for.
So provide India data should I write?
No, you have already got the global data, right? You go with the global data. Okay, you
But
try to
only,
get all those 2 years data is there, right? Try to ask it to collect everything in one Excel form. Collect, don't say collect everything. You will have to be specific. Okay, collect the above mentioned year-wise data into one Excel form.
yeah.
Okay. Into one Excel form. This is good. This if you know any particular website where you are getting more data, you can just mention from this data on your website extract data. See if you are in the result. What is actually?
Here, please tell me.
Oh, okay. With Go you would have reached it. Okay, now you change to Flash.
Flash is
Flash. Because Pro they don't give it for free. You will have to take a premium. Copy, you can copy paste the same.
But you said that 1 year is free, that we have to do it.
No, for 1 year you will need a student ID. You need a college ID and email ID. I have my old college email ID. With that I tried. I was able to get that. No, you can copy paste from the same. Already you have used it, right? Just select Pro again. Copy paste it. Never use never like again. I able to get just because this icon. Usually it will show the previous ones. So you want this right? You can show all the recent prompts. Just all below and take the prompt. Just copy this. you're using laptop, always use a mouse. That will be faster.
Yeah,
So you
I
can touch
was
everything and use.
no here flash. See, I'm sorry, it's not possible to provide an instant payment statements. I think we should pay the machine.
No, try the same in DeepSeek. It has got it. And it has got a double data only. It's not able to get the actual data. That is got a double. So that is why you should try the same prompt in different types. Open one more tab and open chat. Open one more tab and open DeepSeek. Try out with that. So somebody will get a that is somebody will give the right answer for it. Try with the DeepSeek. Just copy space as well. Here also you should mention the role first. You are giving it as new prompt, right? You mention it first, you are an expert in it. Then you are an expert in data scientist or data engineer. You are running Python, right? Ask something related to Python or doing web application or mobile application.
Generating a code.
Yeah. First provide a role based on the prompt as well. You provide a role. You are an expert Python. Okay, then you mention provide me a role in Python for building an auto application and for what purpose. You want it for e-commerce shopping cart, or you want it for auto
Showing the process also searching different process searching simultaneous statements, etc.
you can expand that. So analyzing this small drop showing the data, showing a lot of code also. That is the backend how it is reading from the YAML configuration. Yeah, of course, that is our issues.
But it's taking it at the states.
Exactly.
Um,
As you have mentioned that in your talk, right?
so it's taking time means it's doing a lot of
Right.
public source they have not
So,
used.
it's not really provided on its own. It's providing an Excel content. So some LLMs can directly coding in Excel. She has asked the problem ChatGPT is directly coding in Excel. It's GenAI.
No, they have not provided data because they don't have data. They said.
But at least it's providing you making data. Okay, it's just providing it in Excel format just because you asked it in Excel format. Okay, so data is blank, but the year wise it doesn't have it. You have to define the prompt to get you know data. Exactly. It is for creating a okay,
Just to not.
just the copy paste is the same, and if you execute it, you will try to know that whether it is working, if you are facing any error. If you are getting any error, you can mention this is the error that I am getting, and
We can take from
so for both of you, Vaishnav and Rona, we will take a small feedback from you based on what you say in the entire
Video.
small video. It's a testimonial video regarding your experience about our adoption. You can take from outside.
Just keep it share. Where do you want to take?
You can take from outside.